Hey y'all, it's Saturday morning, June 5th, and we're here at Mosey's Hostel, and we're actually in New York State, but still hiking in New Jersey. We're just right near the border, so we jumped the border to get into this hostel here. Okay, I got our packs loaded up, and we are ready to go, so let's get back up to the trail. Alright, there goes Mosey. She's on her way out, and we are back at High Point State Park. So it looks a little different today. Blue sky and sunshine today, so no more thunderclouds. So we are ready to go, and we are headed that way. Back on trail, onto the AT, heading up to High Point. So yeah, let's go back into the woods.
You filmed that.
Well, we made it down from the High Point Monument, and apparently we are now out of the Pennsylvania rocks, but now we are in the New Jersey muck. Well, we've got a little different type of a trail today, walking through the farmers' fields, the tall grass. One of the problems with the tall grass is the wood ticks. I actually found my very first one today. We've seen other wood ticks, like when we've been snacking and stuff. I've seen them on the grass next to us and that, but today was the first time I've actually found one on me, which is quite odd, actually, being so long into the trail and finding your first tick. But yeah, this tall grass is where they love to live, so we'll be on the lookout for those guys a little more often. Hey, we found some good little stream here, and we're gonna play a little game of poo sticks here. So
just drop it.
And maybe throw it up a little bit, like up.
Has to go past that rock.
Up there where that light is. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Go.
I hit the light. Does that get extra points?
Come on, look at yours go. And mine's stuck. It ain't even moving. Woohoo! It looks like yours won. Where'd it go? There it comes.
And Kindle is the winner.
Kindle won poo sticks. Okay, we're going for double or nothing here. We want to get it like up there where those waters are coming out. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And there they go.
Mine was thrown back farther, just so you know. There you go, trying to block my way. Uh-oh.
Oh,
that was impressive.
Whoa, that was pretty good. And photo finish. Where they at? Oops.
Ah!
What's that?
Ah! Kindle won again!
Hey y'all, we're obviously off trail, doing a little blue blazing. Come to the town of Unionville, and we decided we're gonna stop in for lunch. So we're heading down here to Annabelle's restaurant to see if we can find ourselves something to eat. And it's getting pretty warm today. It's up into the 90s today, so yeah, it's a hot little walk today. But luckily we don't have too much farther to go on the trail before we set up camp, so we're gonna have something to eat here and then head up the road and see if we can find a campsite. So, all right, let's go eat. There's a little general store. We may hit that on the way out. So you can grab a little something for the trail. Yeah, that sounds good. And there's where we'll have some lunch. Annabelle's Pizzeria, an Italian restaurant. I'm sure we'll be able to find something good there. Well, we just finished eating at Annabelle's restaurant, Italian restaurant, and so we had Mexican food. We each had some chicken burritos with beans and rice, and shared a big plate of nachos as well. Then we stopped at the little general store and had a pint of Neapolitan ice cream. So our bellies are stuffed full, and we are headed back up to the trails. Let's go up and see what we can see. So there's where we left the trail to go down in the Unionville. Go up here across the bridge, head back into the woods. Now this is what I call a trail.
Especially after full belly.
You know, we got full bellies from lunch. Couldn't really do much too strenuous, but man, we can definitely walk the old railroad grade. Used to be the old railroad track coming into Unionville, and now it's just a nice level path for us to walk and no rocks to climb over. Nice. Alright, we're coming back out into the fields and get a good view about what's coming up ahead. So should be camping over there somewhere at the base of those hills over there on that side. So hey, we're coming up to a road crossing down here, and had a report from another hiker going the other direction that there's cooler down here filled with drinks, so let's go down and check it out and see what we can find. So we found some trail magic, which is good. We've been finding a lot of that lately, but good to have some cold drink on a hot day. Found some Gatorade, some ice cold water, yeah, perfect for a day like today. It's into the 90s today. It's cooling down a little bit now. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's cooling a little bit, but still in the 90s. But yeah, good to have a cool drink, even though I just ate a pint of ice cream. But yeah, thank you to whoever brought this out here. Just really thoughtful to bring some drinks out for the people hiking the trails. So much appreciated. Man, today's our lucky day.
What?
Another trail magic.
Wow.
It even has a little sign. Trail magic, a little smiling guy.
Let's see.
With benches. Kendall was just saying, if you find a good spot, take a rest. I think this would be a good spot. Whoa. I think we'll set up our tent here, actually.
Wow.
Nice.
Taking the backpack off.
Yeah, we're going to stay here for a little while. Well, we found some more interesting things for you. How about a few swans? Yeah, they're pretty cool. We get to see those every day. They're just floating around here in the pond. It's amazing how big they are. And those hills we saw a couple hours ago, they're getting closer. We got about 1.5 miles left to go. Got a red-winged blackbird sitting by the edge of the pond. There he goes. And there's some baby ducks over in there. You can get a little rabbit eating in the grass there. Oh, there he goes, hopping down the trail. Can't make it out too well, but off in the distance where you can see that flat spot in the middle, rising up out of the center of it, is the High Point Monument that we were on the other side of this morning. And we are now about probably about 12 miles away from it. Hey, we are almost to the shelter, but before we get to the shelter, I've got to stop here. We've got an old abandoned house, which is now owned by the Park Service, and so they have left the water taps on at the house so that we can get fresh well water. So yeah, it's kind of a nice house for being back here in the middle of nowhere, but anyway, we're gonna fill up our water bags because there's no water up at the shelter where we'll be camping tonight. So, okay, here it is. Okay, we made it up the hill from the wildlife refuge and found us a little campsite. It was really a pretty good hill. It was almost a mile, almost straight up. So, we get all set up in our tents here, and I'm going topless tonight. I'm not going to put my roof on. It's so hot, and the wind is blowing nice. There's no threat of rain, so I just got a handy just in case the fog does roll in tomorrow morning. I can throw it on. But anyway, Kendall's got her tent all set up there, and we already call it a night. So, yeah, it was a good day. It was hot, but we're tired, and we're ready to call it a day. So, hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you back on trail tomorrow. Hey y'all, good morning. It's Sunday, June 6th, and we were getting up and getting ready to go. Had a beautiful night last night. It stayed warm all night long, and woke up, I got my t-shirt on, and it's going to be another hot one today. So we're trying to get an early start. It's a little after 6 right now, and we're getting things packed up and ready to go. So hopefully we'll be up and running down the trail here in a few minutes. So hope you guys are doing well this morning and ready to get back out on the trail. Alright, we're back on the trail again this morning. It's about 10 minutes to 7, so not too bad this morning. Try to beat some of the heat. We got a similar day than yesterday. A lot of ups and downs and some flat stretches. So yeah, a little mix of everything today. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna shoot for a shelter that's about 12 miles up, but Kendall and I are both really hoping we can do more than that. But after 14 miles yesterday, we barely made that. So it's going to have to be a lot better day today in order to do more than 12. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we'll find some fun stuff today. So glad to have you with us on the trail, and all right, let's head north. Gone a little stretch, and we get slapped with another rock climb today. Pretty much thought we were done with these, but I guess we're going to have them off and on the whole trip. So I just noticed on this view, it's actually looking out towards the west, and that is the entire valley that we walked through yesterday. In fact, on the very other side of it, there is the pinnacle rock of High Point over there. Just above that notch. It's white, so it blends in, but it's right there in the center of the screen. So now it's probably about 15 or 16 miles away. So yep, we walked through that entire valley yesterday. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we finally found a trail that Kendall likes. Got almost a mile long of this boardwalk that goes through this wetland. So it's kind of a neat area through here, but yeah, we get this boardwalk the whole way. You can see that it just stretches on for a long ways, all the way across the wet. Oh, by the way, that ridge is where we're headed next. So, yep, you can always see where the trail heads. Just look for the highest point. You'll be able to see where you're headed. Well, the ridge is getting a little bit closer. Still walking through the lowlands, but heading up towards that ridge. It's getting quite warm. It's still only 10 o'clock, but it's probably in the 80s right now. But we got a breeze blowing today again, which is nice. Kind of helps. Alright, before we climb up that big hill, we're going to take a little stop and get some ice cream first. Yeah, sounds like a great idea. Okay, well, we just stopped at Heaven Hill Farm. Had ourselves a chili cheese dog, a cold drink, and a dish of ice cream. So we are all fueled up and ready to go up there. So it's called the Stairway to Heaven. Man, that sounds like a great place to hike on a 90-degree day. But yeah, let's go see what we can do. Okay, we're right at the bottom of the Stairway to Heaven. So, man, that looks like a big one. Alright, we're making our way up, but actually a lot of traffic today. This is a pretty popular spot. There's a lot of people on the trail today, so just taking our time. And people going up, people going down, but yeah, it's a steep trail.
What do you see?
Inchworm. That's pretty cool. Alright, can still see the high top monument in that valley between the far one and that ridge that's closer to us is the ridge we camped on last night and came up over and through the valley. But yeah, you can still see the high top monument over there, so it's crazy. Well, you guys did it. You made it up the Stairway to Heaven. I knew you could do it. And Kendall and I did it in a little over an hour. I don't know how long it took you, but probably about at the same time. But anyway, we dropped over the other side. It was a little confusing for a lot of the weekend people that came up. The viewpoint was actually just down from the top a little bit, but that was the only view you could get. So a lot of people were going up the top and down the other side thinking there was another view, but they had to turn around and go back. But we don't get to turn around. We get to keep going north. So yeah, we're gonna head down this other side. There's supposedly a little stream down here in a mile or so that they say is good for soaking your feet in. So yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me. So come on, let's go. Let's go soak our feet. Okay, we had a little feet soak, well actually a whole body soak in the little stream. Had a little snack and heading back up on the trail. Got another little view looking off a little bit more to the northwest, but yeah, we're still up pretty high. But I also forgotten to mention earlier that we passed, or were passed by a couple of hikers. We met Central Virginia around the Buena Vista area, and Glasgow at Stanible's Hostel. It was Wizard and Killer. We had met them there, spent the night at Stanible's with them, and had hiked along with them for several days. And then they kind of got in front of us. But yeah, actually we first met them in Parisburg at Angel's Rest Hostel. So that was a ways back there, and now they're caught back up. They had gotten off trail for a couple days here in New Jersey. So, but yeah, it was good seeing them again. Kind of weird how the trail works that way, where you think somebody's way ahead of you, and then all of a sudden you run into them again. So. Oh, we hit another trail magic again today. Boy, the warm weather must really be bringing them out, but it's pretty picked over. But there was some fruit in there, got some mandarin oranges and some bottled water and stuff left, so had a little bit of that. And I was just looking at my map and just kind of curious to find out where we're at, and we are only 50 miles away from the Statue of Liberty. We're about 50 miles, almost directly north of New York City. So yeah, I knew we were going to get close, but and that's about as close as we'll get, about 50 miles. About as close as we want to get, I think. And but we are still out here in the woods, even though New York City is only less than an hour drive from here. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, no sidewalks here. Just a little bit of boardwalk and a whole lot of squishy mud. This is Swamp in Mosquito City. Okay, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and we're walking through and trying to find a campsite that's listed on our map. Just a little stealth campsite by the side of the trail. One of the other factors that this heat has brought on, and also all the lowlands and wetland areas, is we're finally starting to do battle with the bugs. A lot more flies and mosquitoes in the last couple of days because of the heat in all the swamp areas. So that bug spray that I've been packing from Damascus, Virginia since day one, well, we're down to about the last day of that. So we're hoping that we can get into a town where we can buy some more mosquito spray. So yeah. Okay, we found this nice little stream here, and just up from the stream, this is the trail right here. It goes across the stream over this little footbridge. So across the stream and headed up that way, you're headed towards Maine. So yeah, and then just before you get to the bridge, we set up a little campsite. So got our 2 tents set up here. It's just a little stealth site next to the trail. We're the only ones here. It's not designated campground or anything. So there's my mosquito net tent right there, and Kendall's got hers there. We got our laundry hanging. We did laundry in Ziploc bags. It's just been so hot. It's just nice to wash up that laundry. So I still got to get in and get my bed built and go through. Kendall's going to go through the food for tomorrow, and I'll still have to hang a bear bag. I'll probably hang it back over in there somewhere. So anyway, yeah, that's where we ended up tonight, and did about 14.7 miles today, which was a good day. And that included the Stairway to Heaven, which was a workout for a midday and 90-degree heat. So, but yeah, we're happy to be into camp tonight, and plenty of daylight to do our chores and all. And so we're just going to get set up and stay zipped in our tents to stay away from the mosquitoes. So hope you have a good night, and we will be back with you tomorrow.